Hey guys, Rachel Joy here. I want to talk to you guys about this new YouTube channel that I'm launching today. You will see in my icon a picture that I took in my backyard of a blue butterfly. I look at nature a lot to point back to spirituality and my truths. For me, I believe in the God of creation, the God of a life cycle, the God that produces lives and has a cycle for everything, and the God that promotes love. However you may take that, I see a lot of symbolism in the God that I worship in nature so much. And so right now, I came across in some rubble, it was tossed in the side of the road, this beautiful butterfly that was entrapped in behind this case that I have been using as a decor in my house. And recently, the blue butterfly just has really been pulling on my heart in the times that I'm really inspired and creative. So I did some researching on it, and I was like, it's pulling on my heart because there's so much symbolism in the blue butterfly that relates to where I'm in life right now. So moving forward, the blue butterfly will be a symbol of my project, Joy in the Jubilee, and an icon for me. Some of the things that the blue butterfly represents is powerful transformation, a metamorphosis in your life or personality, moving through different cycles, renewal or rebirth, lightness of being, playfulness, elevation from earthly matters, tuning into the emotional or the spiritual, the world of soul. And this girl has soul for days, soul and passion for days. And I hope that you guys learn that and see that in everything that I ever do and put out there to help you get through your day. The blue butterfly also means finding joy. Joy's always been a theme of my life because it's my name. Lightness of being, which we've already talked about that. For me, it personally means expelling abundant grace no matter what is going on. My intent is to fill my life with inspiration, joy, and love, so no matter what the situation is, that there is abundant grace flowing from my pores, so that I can confront each day with poise and purpose, and just redirecting the frequency that comes from my body. It also symbolizes freedom, expansion, and full self-expression, and that's something that I'm going through, is just breaking away from any labels that I have been under, any labels that might have been slapped on my head from anybody in the past, to where I'm taking those labels off and relabeling myself exactly who I know that I am and who that I have always strived to be, and just walking forth and being it and not worrying about what anybody else has to say about that. So I definitely identify with that meaning. One last thing, I was talking about frequencies. I highly believe that everything that is living, that is breathing, that points back to nature, points back to creation, is in movement. It's in growth. And there are tiny frequencies that come out of anything that has life, because it's constantly moving, it's constantly in motion. Everything gives off a frequency and a sound. There are small sounds that we can even hear with human ear that are all around us, and it's putting off vibrations that we pick up. Sometimes I've learned that my personal vibration held me back. Because there was one side of me that knew who I was, knew who I wanted to be, knew the type of person that I want to be, but then I would have these doubts about me, things that were spoken over my life, things that I tripped over, things that I failed over would hold me back, and I would get into this slumpy mood, like depressed mood, and that depression does put off a vibration. But your personal frequency, your personal sound that comes from you and radiates from you, is something that is very important to the atmosphere and given back to a positive vibration that goes in tune with the vibrations that are going on around us in nature. Everything that is positive and living and moving sends off a vibration. And when you listen to music, you hear like a perfect harmony or a perfect pitch, and that just like rings true. That vibration and the harmony of that comes together and rings true in your soul, and you're like, that is beautiful. Well, our vibrations that we put off from our body do the same thing. We are sound. We are a frequency. Our inner soul, our inner being puts off a frequency. And I have had to learn to just stay in a headspace to where I'm constantly inspired and encouraged. So I encourage you today to define what is positive in your life. Define what inspires you in your life. And if there's anything in your life that does not inspire you, start to change it. Cut it out. If it involves a person that's a part of your life and you can't get them out of your life, then start redirecting your thought process about them. Start trying to understand where they're coming from, even though it might be a harsh interaction. You might be stuck living with them. You might be stuck seeing them all the time. But redirect all your thoughts as much as you can to a positive state. Like I said, find what brings you joy, what brings you to a healthy state, what brings you wholeness and happiness inside, and focus on those things to inspire you. And in that, it's a thing that you will constantly have to work through. It's like an exercise. Like when you go out, a lot of people, they want to like slim up, they want to be in shape, and then they go out and they start to run, or they start to do this exercise and they start full force, but then it gets hard and then they give up and they're just like, no, go back to my old ways. It's just easier. And they go back to something and they never lose that 10 pounds that they want to lose. It's the same thing when it comes to developing your inner self and your mind. It's a practice. Every single day, no matter what, redirect your thoughts to positivity, not negativity. Lean towards the positive. And over time, it's going to change who you are on the inside to be a positive force, to put off a positive frequency. And when your frequency and your sound is putting positivity back into the atmosphere, the positivity in the atmosphere is going to ring true into your body, and then you're going to start functioning better. You're going to start having drive. You're going to start having passion. Anyways, so that is my ramble about the blue butterfly, why it's symbolic, why it's important to me, and why it's currently my icon for my new project, because it just engulfs, it's a picture symbol of everything put together of this new thing that I'm launching, Joy on the Jubilee. Add me on YouTube, add me on Facebook, and I will see you online. Thank you.